Welcome to this new session in a networking fundamental course. Today we'll see different type of commands that are used in a network to get the information related to network. Basically, network is a set of devices where each devices are connected in some or the other fashion with the all devices of a network or through some other devices. Each device in a network is a part of that network, and it gives an access to the other devices or to the services offered by that network. As a new user or an administrator of the site of a network, few basic details of each network or few details of a device has to be checked or should be known to us. Now, what are those commands which are used to find out the network configurations? We'll learn in this particular session. So one by one we'll see all those basic commands which are useful for a new user or an administrator to find the basic details of configuration details of the network. To check the network commands, open command prompt in a device, a laptop or a computer. So this is your command prompt. Now every machine, every device has allotted a particular name, and that name is called as a host name. So each device is identified by its host name or by its IP address. How to find out the host name of a device? What is the name given to this device? As a new user, I want to know, and therefore a host command is used. So in a command prompt, type host name and press enter. Here we are getting the result as an HP. This HP means the host name of this device is HP. HP is the name allotted to this device. Now name of the device is known. How to find out the IP address? How to check the IP configuration of the laptop or a device or a computer? For that, in a command prompt, we'll type ipconfig. ipconfig. This instruction gives IP configuration available on this particular device, on this particular laptop. After typing the command ipconfig, press enter. Now here you'll see lot of details, lot of information has appeared, and this information is related to what? Actually here we can see the different interfaces which are available, Ethernet connections which are available. Windows IP configuration is shown. For various types of Ethernet connections, the IP configuration details are given. For an example, particularly at this particular case, this particular machine is connected through a Wi-Fi, and it has an IP address mentioned as 192.168.0.136 with a subnet mask of 255.255.255.0 and default gateway as 192.168.0.1. Likewise, there are various interfaces available on this particular laptop, and therefore it is showing me the IP configuration, IP addresses for each of those available Ethernet connections, interface connections. So likewise, by entering IP configuration, you are getting the IP details of the machine. Most of the time only one Ethernet connection is available on the machine, and therefore you will find only one Ethernet connection. You will find only one IP address to the system. But if a machine is accessing the internet facility by means of a Wi-Fi, through Bluetooth, through a different adapters, then you can have a number of IP addresses available. This is how to check the IP address details by typing the ipconfig command. You can also use, if your machine system is having access to only one internet connection, you can check out the other details by typing ipconfig/all in command window. Again the entire screen will appear wherein you will get all details. Now here the ipconfig all is giving you details about all the adapters. All the adapter means you will find all the details including its physical address, its DHCP status, its auto configuration status, its media status, whether connected, disconnected. So entire complete detail of each and every adapter available onto this particular machine is available using ipconfig/all command. So to find out all the basic details such as its MAC address, the DHCP status, or its auto configuration mode, or its media status, you'll check out that with ipconfig/all command. Now we right now know that this machine is connected to the internet or it has an IP address allotted, but whether with this particular IP address the machine works or not, that we have to check. And for checking the operational condition of a machine, for checking the active status of a machine on a network, ping command is used. So by pressing ping in a command window, you will get the exact detail, pinging details of the system, exact operation status of the machine. Now here by pressing only a single ping line, just a ping word, we are not getting the details because there are n number of Ethernet connections available on this particular machine. So for which particular IP address, for which particular Ethernet connections you want to check the status, whether the LAN connection is active or not, that we'll have to specify. So let us take one example. We'll take one IP address, particularly one IP address available, and we'll find whether that particular IP address is working or not. So we'll go up and we'll take one particular IP address and we'll start with that. We'll check whether the IP address is working or not. Let's take this IP address 192.168.0.136. We'll go down. Typing 192.168.0.136 and we'll hit the command. Now see, as and when we enter the address, specific address with the ping command, now I am getting the pinging status. Pinging status means listening condition, active listening of this particular machine on this particular IP address. So what I am getting, pinging with this address is 32 byte of data. I am getting the reply and number of packets sent is 4, received packet is 4. There is no loss and therefore I can say that this particular IP address is in working condition. It is an active IP address. So here I have checked the pinging of my own IP address, my own machine IP address. But as a network administrator, I can check the pinging condition of a other remotely located machine also. That means if I am sitting here in this lab and I want to check the machine condition which is far located in the same academic building but on a second or third floor, then sitting from the one lab, I can check the condition of a machine in other lab also if I know its IP address. If I know the IP address or a host name of that machine, I can check the status, whether the machine is active or a machine is in sleep mode. So by pressing the machine host name also, you can ping to your host name also. You can ping to the host name and you can check your IP address status also. So not necessary that you should know the address of the machine. If you know the host name of the machine, then also you can go for a pinging. You can go for checking the active connection status. So this ping command can be used for finding the network connection on the same machine of a same machine or the other machines by knowing either the IP address of the other machine or the host name of the machine, which are located in the same network but they are far away. So this is actually useful for a network administrator. Network administrator sitting in a network site or sitting in a particular cabin can check the network conditions, network activeness in the complete society, in complete academic building. Now as the network is connected to the router or to the gateway, I am getting an access to the net. I should know the route trace, the path packet takes across the internet from source to destination. So to check the route means the path which packet has taken to go across the internet can be checked using tracert command. So route tracing can be done using tracert. So in a command window, type TRACERT. Tracert command will give you the details of route which has been taken by packet to go across the internet. Now again here we are getting a problem because this particular machine is having different sections, different IP addresses. So for which particular IP address, for which particular Ethernet connection you want to check the route path of the packet taken. So we'll have to specify. So we'll again check the tracer and we'll write the particular IP address. For this particular Ethernet connection, I want to check the condition. I want to check the path packet is taking. So I'll write 192 trace at 192.168.0.136 and enter. So now this particular command is tracing the route to HP, and this HP is allotted with an IP address 192.168.0.136. This IP address I have selected because there are a lot of IP addresses allotted to this machine. And over what this is showing the route which has been taken by this particular machine to get an access to the internet. So right now I have no access to the internet. I am not accessing an internet, so I am not getting the exact details available here. If I am accessing a particular site, google.com or let's say yahoo.com or moodle.com, then I'll get some data available here with the timing durations also. So in short, this tracer command will help you to check the path packets are taking to get an access to the internet. This is the basic command which is used for finding the domain name service. And the command name is nslookup. nslookup command gives an IP address for a domain name. Most of the time we know the domain name of a site. We know google.com, but we don't know the IP address of google.com. Or what is the IP address of a Google, IP address of a Yahoo. We search every time with their DNS, domain name service. So how to find out the IP address for a search engines or for other DNS names? And for that the nslookup command is used. So in a command window type nslookup and enter. Now it has entered into the server side. Now here you can type the DNS name. Let's say first of all I want to find out the google.com IP address. So I'll type nslookup space google.com and enter. So see, the machine has connected to a server google.com and the addresses which has been used by this google.com is given here. So these are the IP addresses. This is an IP address which is used by the google.com. Similarly, you can go for finding the IP address for a different search engines also, different DNS names also. Let's take an example. I want to check it for yahoo.com. So nslookup space yahoo.com. Here we are getting the timed out request, so we are not able to find out the yahoo.com. Now let's again hit the same command. Yes, now we are getting the IP address. So my server has contacted to, my machine has contacted to yahoo.com and the addresses are listed here. So these are all addresses which yahoo.com is using. Similarly, let's find out the IP address for a DNS facebook.com. So we'll type nslookup space facebook.com and enter. It will take some time. We'll check for the active connection status. We'll contact for a server. If possible, if gets an access to the server, it will display. Right now it is saying it timed out. So hit the instruction again. Same command we have run again. Again we are not able to get this. Now let's search for a gmail.com. nslookup gmail.com netwrk.com.